Hello and welcome back to Starcraft 1 Part 28, and in this episode we'll be going through the Protoss mission Higher Ground, 2 hours after we have successfully slain the Cerebrate, and it has risen again!
The preachers will keep on preaching. No, there's a bit down. It's up in a higher ground.
Nevertheless, we must
Stevie Wonder.
for attacking defenseless Cerebrates is not the way of true Protoss warriors. We shall overcome the entire swarm with the might and the fury that is our heritage.
Yes, we will!
Executor, we shall
Might and fury does not agree with the verb is.
which has fallen to the Zerg. It's time the Zerg felt the wrath of the Sons of Ire. Praetor Phoenix will remain here with a small detachment
Praetor?
and guard
Yes,
our
Praetor.
tower from any further assaults.
Thought it was just Praetor.
It probably is Praetor, but you know, you can hear the half syllable of E while you're pronouncing that normally.
Like
Alright,
a Y
so...
sound, yeah.
So, this mission is mostly a normal mission, although we have gotten a small tech increase as we now have the ability to produce scouts, as in the unit scouts, not the actual class scouts, because the actual class scouts, we won't be able to get until, I think, next mission?
I fucking hate scouts.
Yeah. Scouts are the air versus air unit for Protoss. They're the only air versus air unit that they get. They are ludicrously expensive, and they mostly suck. Their every ground weapon is a machine gun that, god damn it, how the fuck did the Zerglings get into my base?
God damn it! God damn it! God damn it!
Anyway.
Away. Yes, back to where we were talking about.
Yes, scouts, ridiculously expensive, cost three psi and 400 combined 400 combined resources, take approximately a minute and a half to produce a single one of, and although they are labeled as a scout as their unit title, their class is not scout. They are more or less bruiser, you know. But they're a bit over-specialized because, although they can attack both air and ground, their anti-air attack is just so much better that if you're attempting a single Hydralisk can actually beat a Scout if there's an upgrade deficiency. It's nuts.
So, why don't you just use Dragoons, which can attack both the air and the ground?
Yeah, because Dragoons can't fly over rocks, whereas Scouts can.
Fuck. They got you.
Kind of. I will be ignoring Scouts for most of the playthrough. I will do my best to ignore Scouts because
we
fuck
will
Scouts.
we will use Dragoons except where necessary. Yes.
We are forced to use Scouts.
Stop that.
And, like,
Stop that. Somebody
we are
stop
forced
that.
to use Scouts specifically in like 2 missions. One particular mission will be coming into much later, and then not this mission, but one other mission a bit later on. I really dislike Scouts.
And I'm sure the missions that they're attached to are not all that pleasing.
Mostly due to the requirement of using Scouts.
Alright, follow him. Track him down, I say. Let him lose eyes. Coward. We almost got him. Yeah, buddy. He shall not be reported.
Alright, we got our
Vespene.
Vespene harvesting going. We've got our forge and our first gateway up. Just need to get our cybernetics core up so that we can actually start producing Dragoons. And for the most part, aside from the roving scouting parties that they're going to send at us constantly because they want to be annoying, this mission is mostly normal gameplay. We got to take down 2 enemy Zerg bases, but that's about it. Or is it 3? I think it's 2, actually. It could be 3, but purple's not one of them, so it doesn't count.
Whichever one will end the mission. which eventually will be all of them just by process of elimination.
Seriously, we will eventually get access to the shuttle unit, which allows us to move, actually move our scouts, or rather our dragoons, up cliffs. Once we have
Bullshit,
the
I
ability,
say. They should have just let you use that immediately.
well, they're still trying to get you used. They're still trying to get you used to, you know, what the Protoss game plan is, which is build really cool but slow producing units with decent upgrades, and then throw your better units against the opponent's weaker units, so that you can, you know, just curb stomp them with your overall value, as opposed to the strength in numbers philosophy that the Zerg rely on.
Patience, child of Ardun. We are going to do this in the way of our ancestors. Stupidly long development cycle, overpriced and efficient construction, as well as leaving ourselves wide open to enemy attack. You have your plans, young warrior.
Instructions. My life for hire.
But yeah, I don't like a majority of the Protoss units. They're still my second favorite race to play as. In StarCraft 1. I mean, there's only 3 races, but we did a jump cut to having ourselves having a bunch of Dragoons produced. Because I was tired of, you know, not actually being able to have a decent progression through these videos. So I started doing a lot more significant jump cuts.
Works for me. I mean, it's the beauty of time travel, is you start construction in one era, you time travel, and then you come back when they're just finished.
But because our primary attack unit is going to be Dragoons, we're going to need photon cannons at home in the event that they start sending stuff our way. We will also want to go to the north in order to successfully claim the other resource nodes that are up to the north.
I was going to say that the trajectory at which your enemies are approaching have given way their sources, the left and the top, it looking like, but diagonal, let us not go there.
That is because we are on a plateau, and our plateau doesn't really allow us to go diagonally.
Not enough cash, stranger.
There. But yeah, you'll notice that we're running out of minerals here. We will have to expand out shortly. I mean, we've got like 3,000 minerals still waiting to be mined, but yeah, it's not gonna last us that long. This mission wants you to use scouts. Fuck what this mission wants. This mission doesn't understand that scouts are terrible.
Well, yeah, but it's not giving you much of a choice, because you don't even have the fucking unit that lets you transport your Dragoon. So all these guys over here are just your defense, because they can't.
No, they're my offensive
reach the enemy.
Unit.
But how do you use them during this mission?
By sending them down the ramps. You know, the things that Dragoons don't do? Yeah, we're forced to use them down ramps.
They warned me that I might have to face this great and arduous challenge yet again. Honor guide me.
I love having access to control groups. Oh look, a resource node.
An untapped resource node.
A pretty major one too. Ooh.
What's going on? Another base.
Unfortunately, I thought this was where one of the ramps down was. It was not.
Make use of me. I am at your service, young warrior.
So what's new in the world of Cloud today?
Well, today, not that much. Not as much as the last time you had asked me how I was doing, which is a fair question. I think it's good to know how other people are doing. How are you doing of late, Mr. Gerdat?
All right. I really wish my sleep schedule wasn't fucked over again, but We work around that.
We certainly do, don't we? For such is the way of life, we spend 1/3 of it just dead asleep.
Yeah, zealots are very good against zerglings specifically, but not much else. As my zealots just walk into a minefield of sunken colonies.
Oh, here come the boys, and the reinforcements are here. All right, now everybody take a stupid-ass long time, get in position, and then start shooting. You know, just like that. Very good. Scuttle.
Scuttle fastlier.
Sorting fire. Destroy the snails.
Well, drones, but yeah.
Well, this is fun. I love kicking ass.
Hence why we waited until we had 24 Dragoons so we could just walk through this base.
Pretty
I
much,
think we're
yeah.
at 1-1 at the moment for upgrades, or rather 1-1-1, which is ground attack 1, ground armor 1, and plasma shield 1.
I think you got him.
Well, here's the thing about the Zerg eggs. Zerg eggs have a ridiculously high armor class. I think it's technically 20. So attempting to actually kill Zerg eggs is almost never worth it unless you throw a shitload of ground offenses at them.
Right, you just lay waste to it immediately. Hit my pop filter, sorry.
And
Okay, so we have effectively routed them at this
Yes.
base, but there is another base.
yes, there is.
I wish I could, young Dragoon Squadron. I wish I could, but unfortunately, this game sucks like that.
No, this game does not suck like that. I mean, we're very able to go take down the other major base right now. We're just, we just got to get our units in position to do it. Oh look, a base.
I am Liggett. I am Liggett. I am Trident.
I do enjoy the Dragoon lines, but I wish that they had more lines.
Well, these guys are on the far good end of the morality spectrum, where the Terrans are more like chaotic, and the Zerg are definitely evil and hellbent on destruction at the other end of the spectrum.
Not really. I mean, if I were to give them D&D alignments, I would give a Zerg neutral evil.
But you would give Terrans chaotic good?
Honestly, I'd probably give Terrans lawful neutral.
Lawful neutral.
I mean, lawful good only really applies to the bureaucratic echelon of the Protoss. Even pretty much everyone in the everyone underneath the bureaucratic class for Protoss, is somewhere between lawful neutral and lawful good, but not actually on lawful good. I mean, plenty of people would make the argument that the bureaucratic class of Protoss is actually lawful evil, but they're not necessarily lawful evil because they do have the interest of the entire Protoss race at heart. It's just that they have very poor management skills in attempting to
The The designation of authorization goes something like this. Have you made the Dragoons yet? No, sir. Why have you not made the Dragoons yet?
We need more monies!
Impossible. Our treasury budget is stripped short, and, well, we will have to scrap together whatever we can to make more scuttlers. Antioch?
Yes, Antioch, the place where we were at the last mission.
As possible. Fight on, brave Phoenix, and know that the gods watch over you.
Indeed they do, because we have just sentenced you to death.
Any second now.
Yep, there
We did it.
we go. Now 31 APM, not bad for me. And now,
Yay.
one of the saddest cutscenes in the game. Only because of its implication. We don't actually see any dying in this cutscene. But this is all that's left of Antioch. Hi, Phoenix.
You know, there ain't no rest for the Protoss. They get blinded by the sun. He's got Dragoons to build. He's got minerals to fill. And he's not gonna stop till he's done. No, there ain't no rest for the Protoss.
And drip. Hello, teleporting hydralisks.
See, and this is what they look like up close. You just can't see it that well. His batteries had run out.